Day 158 of the Daily Stoic. When to stick and when to quit. Quote, think of those who, not by fault of inconsistency, but by lack of effort, are too unstable to live as they wish, but only live as they have begun. Seneca, On Tranquility of Mind, 2.6b. In The Dip, Seth Godin draws an interesting analogy from the three types of people you see in line at the supermarket. One gets in the short line and sticks to it no matter how slow it is or how much faster the others seem to be going. Another changes lines repeatedly based on whatever he thinks might save him a few seconds. And the third switches only once when it's clear her line is delayed and there is a clear alternative, and then continues with her day. He's urging you to ask, which type are you? Seneca is also advising us to be the third type. Just because you've begun down one path doesn't mean you're committed to it forever, especially if that path turns out to be flawed or impeded. At the same time, this is not an excuse to be flighty or incessantly non-committal. It takes courage to decide to do things differently and to make a change, as well as a discipline and awareness to know that the notion of, oh, but this looks even better, is a temptation that cannot be endlessly indulged either. I think it's important to continue to experiment in life. Continue to stretch yourself is another way of saying it. I find it to be an absolute travesty in life that men and women, but especially men, most of which who will never see or experience the fullness of their potential. 99% of all men will not ever stretch themselves to their fullest potential. They will never see how far that they can go. They will never see how successful they can be, however you define success. I have a friend who he just loves kids, and I remember in college he was telling me that, look, he's like, I'm gonna have 6 or 7 kids, and if I had my way, I'd have like an entire dozen. That's his purpose. I think he's up at like 5 now, but that is stretching himself, or especially for those of you guys who are parents out there, that is stretching himself to the utmost. He's going to live the fullest life ever, especially if he keeps popping these things out, right? I mean, he gets up to 6, 7, 8, 9. I mean, he could have a whole soccer team. But imagine, it's hard to imagine, especially, I mean, I got 2 kids and that's good enough, but imagine how many experiences this guy will have by the end of days. With 8, 9, maybe 10 kids, and how those kids will bring life into him as they go off and go into the world and seek new adventures and bring him along. Like, that is scaling yourself. And so he will be stretched to the nth degree of his humanity, and he will die, I know, knowing that he has lived a full life, because that was his purpose, is to produce children and to be part of their lives, love on them all the way through to the day he's dead. Now, that might not be your purpose. Your purpose might be in the market, or it might be in a particular role, or it might be a particular startup, or an idea, or a thing you want to do. I don't know. But here's the thing. How far are you willing to go? How far are you willing to go to stretch yourself? to experience the unknown, to experience the greatness of life, the fullness of life, even in suffering. I think it's those edges. It's the not the extremes of life, but the stretching of your humanity. That's where life really is, because we can live in this 90% robotic life of routine, or we can push the box out. Life is to be lived, right? See you in Discord, MetaFam.